Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's the Guilty Gamer, and I am back with episode 5 of my Magical Painter series. So sorry, welcome back to my channel if you've been watching up until this point. So I'm here with Zuzanna back in I was about to say the Magic Realm, but she's not in the Magic Realm, she's in Windenburg. And I did state previously that I use Windenburg to house all of my occults. So she's still here, living in Windenburg, living her spellcaster life. And in the last episode, I believe I said that I wanted her to try and find someone to marry because it dawned on me that she was getting a bit older and I decided that it was time. So she's here back home. So in this particular episode, I've decided to have her look for a husband. So we're going to go to a few places. We're going to try this restaurant. And then if we can't find someone here, we're going to go elsewhere, basically. So, this is my resident occult restaurant. It's called Adora's Delights. Now, it is a bit busted, so please forgive it. Um, I didn't really realize how bad it looked until I actually came to it this time. It wasn't really rushed or anything, but I didn't really take that much time with that. I definitely need to fix up a little bit. But, I kind of wanted to have in terms of lots, I wanted to kind of have lots that were suitable for each occult. So obviously here they can get plasma janes, plasma salad, things like that. But that is besides the point. Basically, I had her come here just to hang out, just because I was expecting there to be other spellcasters here. I want her to be able to sit at the bar, get a drink, and socialize. So her group of painters is here. So she's been working on this guy. I think his name is Bearberry. It's such a weird name. She's been working on this guy, but it's been kind of hit or miss with him. It's just so weird. I don't know what's going on with it. It's just she was getting rejected by literally everyone, and it was just getting to the point where I I literally didn't know what to do. But that's essentially what she came here to do. She came here to try and find a husband. She had been kind of putting feelers out, trying to get close to all these different Sims, and it wasn't working. Now, I will say one good thing is that she was socializing quite a bit, so she was meeting quite a lot of people, which I really like. I think it's so important to, build relationships with other Sims, other NPCs when you're playing the game, so that if you have events, at least you have people to invite. So I suppose that's one upside. So yeah, she was just socializing to the point where she had to break out the nectar because it was just going so badly. But that's besides the point. I was thinking I might have her go to a regular club because I just wanted to see if it would be easier with non-spellcaster sims to see if it's just me, to see if I'm paranoid. As I did state before, that I kind of feel like trying to get into a relationship with another spellcaster can be tricky sometimes. So that was something I was planning on doing as well if she couldn't find someone here. But this visual of her with the bottle is so funny. It's like showing that she feels defeated. But basically she had a bottle, not a bottle, but she had the potion of the Transcendent Charmer, which she tried to use. As far as I know, the potion of the Transcendent Charmer will kind of max out the romance skill, as far as I know. I think, but I don't know if she took it properly. I think maybe you're supposed to give it to the other sim that you're trying to attract, not necessarily take it. So I wasn't really sure how it worked. But I think I'm going to get her to try and use the potion to kind of speed things along. So, kind of get her to make a love potion in a sense. But anyway, that didn't work, so she's back home. She has decided to just, reflect on everything she's done that day, watch a bit of TV because her fun meter is super duper low. And yeah, just do some gardening because, on top of being loveless, we don't want a disheveled garden. So I suppose it's a great way to take our mind off things. So I'm going to have her head over to Oasis Springs, back to her old stomping grounds, to see if she can find someone there. I know at the start she retired from her mortal life and she decided to fully commit to being a spellcaster. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and we have to do what we have to do. The clock is ticking. So where she used to live before in her Oasis Springs apartment, there was actually a nightclub. The Is it called the Solar Flare? I think it's called the Solar Flare. I think that's the name of it. But she's gonna go there anyway to see if she can find anyone interesting to talk to, spend a bit of time there. Also, the weather is really, really nice, so Oasis Springs is gonna be roasting. So that's also good. I absolutely love Oasis Springs because I love how hot it is. In terms of gameplay, typically when I'm not playing with my occult sims, when I'm playing normally, I typically always have my sims live in Oasis Springs just because it's so nice there. I just love the weather and I love how it doesn't really it doesn't really rain, it doesn't really snow. I really like that because I like really fine weather. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So she's here at the nightclub, um, just on the ground floor, smoking on the bubble blower and socializing to see if she can find anyone. And there aren't really any occult sims. There's some occult sims, like there's a werewolf. There's another spellcaster in the middle that I recognize, but these are mostly non-occult sims, which is fine because if you think about it, I do ideally want her to have a spellcaster child. That would be my preference. Now, if she does end up with a non-spellcaster sim, I suppose her child still would have a 50-50 chance of becoming a spellcaster, which is what I really want. But ideally, I really want her kids to have those spellcaster traits. I want to try get to the ancient bloodline just because I don't know, I just like having my spellcaster sims get to the ancient bloodline. And it's kind of hard to get to the ancient bloodline when you're like diluting the bloodline. But it's in this instance, I kind of just want to have her find someone. So it doesn't really matter. Ideally, I would like to get a sim who has like a nice skin tone. So I don't know if you guys have noticed, you probably have noticed this already, but some of the sims, they have really washed out pale skin tones, which I don't really like. Um, just because I feel like they don't look realistic. Now I know a while ago we did get the that update, that free update where the Sims team gave us all of those new skin tones. And even though I do think they added quite a lot to the game in terms of like skin tone variety. There are still some shades that are a bit sus, so I try to stay away from those particular skin tones if I can, just because I don't know, you just never know. It just don't really do anything for me. I still tried with the sim anyway, just because why I thought why not? But typically, yeah, I try not to go for these Sims. I tend to like to go for the Sims with like the regular skin tones or like the darker skin tones if I can, just because they tend to be like a lot nicer. But yeah, so she was just tipping away. Now I thought I might as well keep these lemons because she might want to make nectar at some stage. I would really like her to start like a nectar collection at some point. Not anytime in the near future, but when she's a bit more established, when she has her own home, I would like her to have her own property at some stage. But for now, I kind of just want to focus on the gallery and starting a family. That's kind of my main priority at present. But while she's here, she might as well, do a bit of gardening. So her apartment is actually on the right-hand side. So that's where she used to live. She was right next to the solar flare. And I just made it over just because I kind of wanted my Oasis Springs to feel quite luxurious. So, you can kind of spend the night here and you can like get food and stuff. So I tend to do that with a lot of my bars just because I like my Sims being able to spend the night if they want, because it's kind of annoying when you're going out with your Sims and they get tired really fast and you have to go home straight away. It kind of ruins the experience a little bit. So at least this way, if they did want to stay out longer, at least they can relax, catch a few winks, There's even like a shower here as well. So I actually prefer it. And I love to use like water features and stuff just because I feel like it just again it makes the lots look a little bit more luxurious. That's something I really, really like to do. Um but yeah, it hasn't been that fruitful. Or sorry, the places to the left. The right. Left, sorry. The right. To the left, she was at the bottom floor, if you guys remember. But yeah, okay, this didn't work. So I think I'm gonna have her take a really quick shower, maybe get something to eat, try one more time to, kind of hit it off with someone. And then if it doesn't work, I think I'm gonna get her to just go home at this point because it's just, we're not really getting anywhere. Now, I did want to try again with that potion of the Transcendent Charmer, just because I felt like that would be our best option. Now, typically, I never make potions. That's just not something I do in the game, just because it just takes a long time. Like, even when you go to, what is it called? The place where you buy ingredients and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's not Diagon Alley, that's Harry Potter. That's what is it called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of the name. But the place that you go to like buy all your stuff in the Magic Realm, even when you go there, they never have the ingredients that you need. So the fact that I was willing to make a potion, the Transcendent Charmer potion, shows how much I really wanted this. It was something that I was really trying. And yeah, I mean, she had some of the ingredients, so I kind of felt like it wouldn't be that hard to it wouldn't be that hard to make the potion. As far as I know, I think you need like a rose, that kissing fish, and like a cherry or something to make the potion of the Transcendent Charmer. And then I think at that stage, then you can increase the romantic bar really high to make it easier to kind of, Okay. So the potion of the Transcendent Charmer, it literally just gives you a flirty moodlet, and then it makes romantic interactions more easy. So it includes the kissing gurami, the rose, and the ruby. And I think she had the rose and the ruby already, so she just needed the kissing fish. And then once she had the kissing fish, she could make um the potion. So I just had her go to the gardens, the like magical gardens, just because I have the pond here. And if she was gonna get the fish, this would be like the most likely place that she would find the fish, if that makes sense. So it didn't take too long for her to get the fish. And then okay, so we got the fish and she made her potion. Perfect. I do really wish I had a potion store. I don't have a potion store. I really should have one. I do have a retail store in for the spellcast for the occults in Windenburg, but it's not really well stocked. Just because when I'm making retail stores, I like to do them from scratch, if that makes sense. Like I don't really like to cheat the stuff. So if I have a retail store, I want the Sims that own the retail store to like find the stuff. and stock the stores with the stuff. So I haven't really had a sim that has enough money to buy the store. And then once they have enough money to buy the store, for them, they haven't really had enough skill to make all of the potions that I would need for the store. So it typically takes ages for me to build and stock stuff, just because I like to feel like my gameplay is authentic. I like to do things the hard way. And even though it does make gameplay more interesting, it does make it a bit long, you know. But I like it though. It's because it's satisfying when, you have everything you need and you know you've kind of worked hard for it. But okay, so she has her potion and she's gonna take it or try give it to someone. I just don't know how it works. So she was trying to give it to this guy in like the shirt with the holes in it, but I don't know. It wasn't like allowing me. I wanted to gift it to him, but I don't think it was working. I don't know. Another thing about the magic realm is that I've noticed is that they leave really fast. When you're talking to someone, you talk to them for a few minutes and they leave straight away. It's really, really weird. I don't know what that is. Like if you were in a regular world, that wouldn't happen. They stick around for ages. In the regular world, you can't get them to leave, you know. You can't, I mean, they stick around um regardless of your wishes, but they always tend to leave really fast. Um, but yeah, so she gave him the potion. Okay, and he was flirty. So yeah, you are supposed to give them the potion, and it still didn't work, which is insane because he has the flirty moodlet, and but I don't know. I love this outfit that he's wearing. It's really nice. I'm assuming that a lot of these outfits came with the new business and hobbies expansion pack. A lot of the NPCs, because a lot of the outfits are quite nice that I've been seeing. They're really, really nice. I've been saving them to my MC Command Center tray because they're like really, really lovely. I need to like clean their outfits soon because some of them are looking a bit wild. So potion number 2, let's give it a go. Let's see. He's flirty now. And he still wasn't into it. Surprise, surprise. So at this stage, I kind of had gotten to the point where I was like, do you know what? I was gonna have her maybe have a what do they call them? A science baby? Because I was thinking, she did really want offspring. And I was thinking, if she has a high enough friendship skill, a high enough friendship bar, sorry, you can still have a child that way. But I tend not to really like having a child that way because I don't know, it's not the same. Also, I didn't want her to be a single mother, so I was determined to have her keep trying. Now, I almost did it. I was right at that point. I almost did it. I was like, "Do you know what? This is fine. I can do it this way." But then I was like, "Do you know what? No, I don't want to do it this way. I want to have a child naturally. I want her to get married. Like, I want her to have the husband and kids and the whole 9 yards." So I decided against it and I decided to hold out and hope for the best. Now, yeah, had kind of gotten to the point where um I was thinking maybe it just wouldn't really work out for her. I had gotten I had gotten to that point, but she was still trying. She was still trying to find someone. Sometimes it's the person you least expect. Now, this guy, I think his name is Wilbur Hay. It is, okay. And he's the Sage of Mischief Magic, okay. So that's what that symbol is. So Wilbur's an elder, and I tend not to go for elders just because you don't really get that much time with them. But to be completely honest, he seemed to be the only one that was receptive to her advances, which was so surprising. And it's so funny because I know it's just I know it's just a game, but it's funny how, you can find things in unexpected places. But this was hilarious. But I did love the fact that he was a sage though. This was so cute. I love this. And I do really wish there was a sage career. Like that's one thing I have been saying for ages that I really wish that the Realm of Magic expansion pack, or is this a gameplay pack? I don't know. I can't remember. I really wish that this pack had come with a magical career, just because that would have been so cool. It would have been so much more immersive. But because it would have been cool if they could be sages in real life, like as a career. But that's neither here nor there. So things worked, and he was really receptive, and I really wanted her to seal the deal, so I got her to propose to him straight away. Well, obviously he wasn't really into it because it was a bit soon, but no, it worked in the end, and I was so happy. I was really, really happy. So they are now in a relationship. So she has her future husband, and it turned out for the best. I was like so surprised that it turned out this way. I just did not expect it to go this way, and I was like so happy. And of course, there was an earthquake. So yeah, it worked out. So I had him. I didn't have him move in straight away, but but no, it worked out in the end. So I think I'm gonna leave this here, and I'll be back with another episode. But if you watched until the end, thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys for episode 6 of the Magical Painter series.